Often when we're talking about colours for quail, there's a country associated with them, such as the English white or the Italian speckled. And I presume that's because this is where the quail were originally created, in that colour. The interesting thing with the gold is that in French and Spanish, the colour is known as Isabelle or Isabella. There's a Godiva-esque type legend that goes with it that explains the colourings on these quail. And that is at the Siege of Granada, Queen Isabella declared that she wouldn't change her court dress again until the siege was over and Granada was once again under Spanish rule. With the battle continuing, her dress took on the colours associated with dust and grime of a battlefield. So rust red, white and black markings, which are the markings of the golden quail. And this colour actually became an official colour for horses, dogs, cats and quail. So that's why they're called the Isabelle. Furthermore, legend has it here in France that all the gold quail we have are descended from 20 eggs which were carried over the Pyrenees. In English, my understanding is that these Isabellas develop into three distinctive types: the Italian speckled and the Manchurian. The Italian gold has slight markings of the Isabella kind. These mainly are on the back and on the sides. The male and female are easily identified because the male has a much fuller, it's a Zorro type of mask. It covers just the eyes and a band around the back of the head, and it gets darker as the quail gets older, and also it gets darker in the breeding season. The female's mask just covers the back of the head and it emanates from a sort of Cleopatra type eyeliner that comes from the corner of each eye, and it's a light flecking in black. The Italian speckled is absolutely beautiful. It has often geometric type shapes of the typical Isabella colours. The male and the female, similar to the gold, have different types of masks, with the male being a lot more pronounced than the female. The Manchurian is of what's called wheat straw gold, and it's a solid colour with very little of the Isabella markings, just in the female on the mask at the back of the head. The mask that the male has is incredible. It's almost complete, like a balaclava in the breeding season, with just the top of the head showing gold. It's of a deep, dark chocolate colour. With regard to behaviour and temperament, my golden quail was some of the first ones I had that formed pair bonds. They also made designated nesting sites, laid eggs in them, sat on them and hatched them. The golds are incredible foragers. And I find them excellent for cleaning up garden pests. They're very easy to tame. Hey! There is a genetic problem associated with the gold quail. I've outlined the problem in the written article that accompanies this film, and there's also a link to the seminal work on genetics of poultry by Hutt. So I hope this film has encouraged you to think about keeping some quail, and in particular the golds. And I hope you enjoyed this second part of my Colours of Quail series. The next one will be on the whites and the variation known as the panda. Thanks for watching.